So I'm asking you a question. Why are you walking away? That's downright rude. Sadiq, what's wrong with you, man? Listen, I'm not going to chase after you because that's not me. But why are you letting our country go to such a shithole that it is at the moment?
Londoners confront Sadiq Khan in a heated street exchange, caught live. You're not going to believe what just unfolded on the streets of London. Because while everyone else was scrolling through the usual political noise, the polls, the promises, the speeches, something real, something raw, something unscripted was playing out right in front of the cameras. No studio lights, no filtered statements, no neatly managed press moment. Just the Mayor of London walking into a crowd. And a crowd that clearly had a lot to say. And by the time the footage hit social media, people were stunned. Some were cheering, others were confused, some were simply asking, what on earth just happened out there? Alright, let's break this down slowly, clearly, and truthfully, because this moment says far more about the mood of London than any political rally could. It happened late in the afternoon, in one of the busiest parts of central London. Sadiq Khan was out engaging with residents, something he does fairly often, but this time the atmosphere was different. A group of Londoners approached him, not aggressively, but definitely fired up, definitely emotional, definitely wanting answers. Phones went up instantly. Live streams started rolling. Within seconds, the entire exchange was being watched in real time. And the first thing you could feel, even through the screen, was tension. Not dangerous tension, but the kind that comes when ordinary people feel unheard for too long. One woman stepped forward saying, "Mayor, we need clarity, not tomorrow now." Another voice jumped in. "People are confused. People are stressed. You have to talk to us." It wasn't violence. It wasn't chaos. It was frustration bottled up, building, finally spilling into public view. And Sadiq Khan, he didn't walk away. He stood there, answering, explaining, trying to manage the rising wave of questions coming from every direction. This wasn't about a single issue. That's what made it powerful. It was a storm of small frustrations that had been brewing for months. Transport delays, housing pressures, safety concerns. New policies people said they didn't fully understand. Londoners weren't there to attack, they were there to talk. But the talk was heated, emotional, urgent. And that urgency, that raw human energy, is what turned a simple street walk into a viral moment. One man said, "It feels like decisions are made without us." Another added, "We just want someone to explain things properly." Those lines hit millions online because they weren't political slogans. They were real, unpolished, unscripted human sentiments. To understand why this moment blew up, you have to look at the broader landscape. London has been under massive pressure economically, socially, emotionally. People feel squeezed by rising costs. Public services are stretched. Everyone is trying to make sense of decisions that affect their daily lives. And in times like these, every political leader becomes the focal point of the public's frustration, whether fairly or not. Sadiq Khan is no stranger to criticism or confrontation. But this moment felt different because it wasn't coming from political opponents. It was coming from ordinary residents, right there on the pavement, with genuine emotion in their voices. And this is what makes the moment so important. It wasn't about anger, it was about wanting to be heard. Within minutes, the footage was everywhere: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, WhatsApp statuses, Facebook clips, everywhere. One user tweeted, "This is the clearest sign yet that Londoners need more direct communication." Another wrote, "He handled it better than expected. At least he didn't run." Someone else posted, "This is why people are stressed. They want transparency." But the most viral comment came from a London teacher who said, "Real conversation is messy. What you're seeing here is democracy on the street." And that summed it up perfectly. This wasn't staged. This wasn't filtered. It wasn't polished political messaging. It was messy, because real conversations often are. A senior Labour official, according to one UK political outlet, reportedly said, "Moments like this show how much pressure the city is under. The mayor has to communicate differently now. People want immediacy." A Conservative advisor had a different take. "This is a warning sign. Leaders need to read the mood on the ground." And one journalist who witnessed the scene said, It wasn't hostility, it was a clash between the pace of politics and the pace of public frustration. That last line, brutal, but accurate. Because politics moves slowly. People's problems do not. The moment that made the clip go viral wasn't the crowd, and it wasn't Khan's responses. It was when one Londoner said, "You're the mayor, but right now we just need you to be someone who listens." That line landed like a hammer. You could see the entire dynamic shift. Khan paused. He nodded. He listened. And for the first time, the crowd softened just a little because they felt acknowledged. It didn't fix everything. It didn't solve the problems. But it changed the tone. And that tiny shift is why the moment is being replayed again and again. This clip isn't just about one confrontation. It's about the mood of a city under strain. It's about leadership in a time when clarity feels rare. It's about ordinary people demanding a voice right there in the open, with cameras rolling. And the real question now is, does this moment become a turning point, or just another viral clip lost in tomorrow's news cycle? Because if this is just the beginning, if more and more Londoners start demanding answers in public, unfiltered spaces, then the political landscape of the city is about to change in a very real way. And honestly, what happens next may be the part that matters most. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more political updates.